So I wanted to show you how I solved the challenge we had at Tikkun Olam Makeathon Tom in San Diego, where we had to track sleep of kids with Angelman syndrome who are sensitive to touch, so you can't just put on them sleep tracking bracelets and get their sleeping patterns. So what I did is we found this device called the beddit. This is beddit 1. Which tracks sleep by putting a strip under your bed, and using pressure it can, we've seen it extracting heart rate and breath to an extent, and movements. But this has a bug where it stops transmitting after about half an hour, and the only way to fix it is to turn it on and off. So it does seem to work with iPhones and some Androids, but we don't want to have a phone sitting next to the bed and resetting it every night. So what I've done is this setup. We have a Raspberry Pi 3 here, or Raspberry Pi 2 with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi dongle will also work. And this can control the beddit over Bluetooth, and it can also control this. This is a Wi-Fi enabled socket. Got it off AliExpress. It's pretty neat in general. And what happens is when the Raspberry Pi sees that there's no transmission from the beddit, it will turn it on and off using this Bluetooth, and I'll also show you how this looks when it's all connected up. So this is the setup to bypass the annoying bug where the beddit 1 just stops transmitting after about half an hour. So what I did is this. I put the beddit under the bed, and instead of connecting it to the power supply over there, it goes around and connects to a Wi-Fi enabled power socket. So this can be turned on and off via Wi-Fi. The beddit transmits over Bluetooth, and these are controlled by a Raspberry Pi that sits over here, Raspberry Pi 3. It has its own power supply, so you can put this in a different room, and when it sees that the beddit just stops transmitting, it will reboot it using the Wi-Fi power socket. There's also another way to do this. You can use an RF transmitter, which turns a relay on and off over RF, so then you don't have to use the Wi-Fi, and this is just another way of doing this. The Raspberry Pi is controlled, can be accessed from a laptop on the network, and if I refresh this, you can see that it's actually logging data live here, and this is all logged into a database, and we can start analyzing it. Hey, so I also want to show you what kind of data we can analyze from the beddit. So this is the screen you saw before with the live information. There's also a link here for a 24-hour graph, which I won't click because it takes around 5 minutes to generate. I really need help with the database, guys. This is what you get after you wait. This is 24 hours of the pressure data from the beddit. So let me zoom here to around early morning. Let's zoom in a bit more. And you can see that we have heartbeat data here. So this is stuff we can pull and analyze. All these jumps at the bottom are noise. There's an averaging going on here, so that's why they're in different heights. But this is stuff we can sort of filter out and clean and get this data and make sense out of it. All this is open source and available on GitHub already. I wrote some kind of guide how to install this, which probably needs work, but I need people to play around with this in order to know what to change. Sources are here. It uses Flask for the web view you've seen, a bit of JavaScript for the plot. Beddit communication is over Python, and hopefully you won't need to touch that. What we really need is help with accessing the database, which is MySQL. Uses MirandaDB because there's sub-second data in there, and you need MirandaDB for that. And any kind of help will be great. I've sort of stretched out here with what I can do, and that's about it. Have a great day.